Night Football presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky live in New York City. It's Wednesday, January 18th. I'm Jamie Erdahl. That's Peter Schrager. And then a couple of Super Bowl champions. Yeah, you're right. We said it was about Sean O'Hara in the first hour. We should have put the plural on it. The hard S on Super Bowl champions.
It's okay.
Yeah?
I'm humble
I feel like
enough.
you like to downplay it.
No, it was nice, but it's over. There's Super Bowl champions after me. Celebrate those.
No, that's forever. And you're trying to hide it right now, but you brought the bling.
Oh yeah, that occasionally comes out. Yeah.
That shows up on Ooh Wee Days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
does show up on Ooh Wee Days. You're trying to be fancy on Ooh Wee Day. Let's get into the lead block because there's a lot to talk about in this epic divisional round. Lead block gets us kicked off to talk about games this weekend. Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on NBC. It's Jags Chiefs. Then change of channel, go to Fox. It's 8:15 Giants Eagles. Then rest up, Philly, because you got a 3 p.m. game on CBS that you got to watch. Bengals-Bills, which will take you right at the 6:30 game on Fox. Old school battle, playoff battle between the Cowboys and the Niners. It's a great weekend. Wow. It's a great weekend.
One of the best weekends of the year.
Those 8 teams have each gone through so much on their way to this divisional round. So many storylines to focus on. Let's stick in the NFC. Of the 4 teams remaining, we each have to pick one at the table. Which NFC team has the most intriguing storyline, Peter?
Okay, Giants fans, hang tight. Okay, Purdy fans, I understand. Eagles fans, I get it. If the Cowboys make this run, this is an epic story to the 2022 NFL season. I think a lot of us, me included, were very skeptical on the Cowboys over those final weeks of the season. You're talking about losses to Jacksonville and to Washington and head-scratching interceptions from Dak Prescott left and right. But more than anything, the Mike McCarthy redemption story would be one that we could all look at and be like, just when you wanted to count me out, here I come roaring back into your brain. Everyone was looking to pick apart McCarthy going into Monday night's game. Everyone assumed the Cowboys would have at least one head-scratching opinion or one bizarre late-game choice. The Cowboys threw a perfect game, and Mike McCarthy had maybe his best coached game since their Super Bowl season when he was in Green Bay in 2010. I think the McCarthy storyline is fascinating. Here's Sean Payton openly saying he wants to work in the NFL again. There's Jerry Jones knowing he's built the roster. And there's Mike McCarthy quietly ripping off double-digit win seasons back-to-back. And everyone and their mother saying McCarthy's got to go. And here's McCarthy like, how about I win the damn Super Bowl instead? I think it's pretty cool what Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott as an extension of that are on the precipice of. Now, if they lose in San Francisco, it's kind of, they won the wild card round. They did that a couple of years ago. But if they win in San Francisco, and then, gosh, if they go and have to play the Eagles and beat the Eagles in Philly and end up in the Super Bowl for the first time since 1995, that logo, that owner, with that head coach, that's the best story in all of NFC.
It is one heck of a story, and I feel like at this point this week, we talked Cowboys yesterday, and we're loving them. You're giving the Cowboys the credit. I mean, the show so far literally is a New York Giants show. That's all we've talked about. And then obviously Brock Purdy, the storyline, the third-string quarterback for Shanahan. And it's just like, hold on, have we forgotten about the #1 team in the NFC?
Okay.
I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles because now that we're in the divisional round, it seems as though they're the team that no one wants to talk about. We literally opened up our show and said, do the New York Giants have all the momentum heading into the link this weekend? We forgot that Jalen Hurts was an MVP candidate the entire season, and he's been right there leading his team when there were so many question marks coming into the year about him. This is a defense in Philadelphia that has 70 sacks this year. 70. The next closest team, Kansas City, only had 55 sacks. This team has dominated throughout the entire season. I know they're dealing with some injuries, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but Jalen Hurts is off the injury report. Lane Johnson's working his way back. So this is a team, to me, it's an intriguing storyline because they've been the cream rising to the top all season long, and now when all things are coming to a head at the end, the playoffs, winning you're in and you continue to move on, they're probably the team we're least talking about in the NFC somehow or another. We've talked NFC all morning. This is the first time we're really mentioning the Philadelphia Eagles.
Have we disrespected the Eagles as a national media? Do you feel that right now?
Philadelphia in their facility right now on the TV screens probably has all of our faces up there talking about all the other NFC teams, especially the Giants. They have Sean O'Hara smiling, doing this to bankroll fresh of like, this is what the Giants think about you. So yes, Philadelphia for me, an intriguing storyline. Is a team that we haven't talked enough about.
What, are you going to the game this weekend? You're hedging your bets just in case you show your face down there? You're like, don't worry, guys, I got you. I talked about you on the show this week.
I'll be at an elementary school gym watching fourth graders play basketball. Way more fascinating.
Equally as epic, Jason. Equally.
Timing is everything for the Birds, right? I mean, a month ago, like we would have absolutely had them slam dunk best team in the NFC, and because they're so good defensively. We're not talking enough about their pass rush. And then Lane Johnson goes down, Jalen goes down. So it's really due to injury. It's not due to talent. They're one of the most talented teams still left in this dance right now. But the storyline I'm really intrigued with is the 49ers offense, and specifically Christian McCaffrey. Look, Brock Purdy has been awesome. It's been phenomenal. I'll get to that as well. But Christian McCaffrey, the trade that John Lynch orchestrated to bring Christian McCaffrey back home, went to Stanford, everybody knows that. But to pair him with Kyle Shanahan and the way they've been able to use him, it's been phenomenal. Look, nobody has had more yards from scrimmage after a midseason trade than Christian McCaffrey. He set a record in NFL history for most yards after a trade during the season. And I think it's been so crucial to this offense, especially when Deebo Samuel went down. Now you had a guy that can kind of fill that void and swap roles. But Christian McCaffrey, ever since he started with the 49ers, they've won 10 straight games. And I think that energy and that interjection on offense has catapulted this 49ers team. And, of course, the Brock Purdy story is phenomenal. I don't know if a team has ever won a Super Bowl or got to a Super Bowl with a third quarterback. But what Kyle Shanahan has done with this offense, Trey Lance goes down. All right, we got Jimmy G. Everybody ballyhooed whether or not you should keep Jimmy G. There you go. Jimmy G's in there. All of a sudden, he fractures his foot. Now, hey, Brock Purdy. This guy's been taking reps, in training camp and with the scout squad. Comes in and he's on a roll. So this offense has got an unbelievable story.
If you were to say on that offense, bigger story, the addition of McCaffrey or the Purdy story, which is so unprecedented in mid-season, replacing him as a third string?
I think what Purdy's doing is more impressive, but McCaffrey, I feel like, is so refreshing because he was wallowing in Carolina, and one of the best backs in the league has seen in a long time. Finally found an offense that could, kind of fit his strengths.
Here's the thing about the 49ers offense is that, to your point, those two names in particular, they have bubbled, they have grown. All of a sudden, they are playing really great at the right time of year. The 49ers defense, to me, has been the class act of the NFL all season long. And it's damn hard to maintain an elite status when everybody is coming for you. Every time you just saw Kansas lose last night in basketball, second best team in the country, Kansas State came in. If you're the best team in the country or one of the best, everyone tries to give you their best shot week in and week out. Everyone this season was going up against this 49ers defense and saying, let me show you what we got. Let's pull off some trickery. And I get it. They're playing, I think, the best as a unit they have all season. But there was something about this defense all year. Maybe it was Nick Bosa, most likely going to win Defensive Player of the Year, that it just never wavered. And I think that's hard to maintain. I think if you end your regular season that way, oh, remember that 49ers defense? They were the best in the league. Yeah, well, then they lost in the divisional round. Can't do that. You have to maintain your status. I think kind of to your point last hour about Patrick Mahomes, it's like he's done this. Can he keep doing this? No one's been catching him. He's continued to rise. Can anybody catch this defense? I think that's one of the most intriguing things is they're always going to get the best shot, especially in the playoffs. Yeah. It's going to be hard to see who can clip them. Yeah. Rap sheet, what's happening? Ian Rappaport is back. Let's circle back to Jason's point. We got to talk about the Eagles. Big storyline for the Eagles, of course, is their quarterback. And what is happening, what is the latest on Jalen Hurts and his throwing shoulder? Kept him out of the regular season towards the end a little bit, returned in Week 18. What's up?
It has been about a month now since we've been talking about the sprained SC joint for Eagles star quarterback Jalen Hurts. Missed a couple games. It was not really himself in Week 18. And I would say the game plan was probably not itself either. Much more conservative than we're used to seeing. Didn't run nearly as much, didn't take as many chances as he's been. But now it seems to be headed in the right direction. Jalen Hurts not on the injury report yesterday. That is an indication, guys, that he's healthy, that he was a full participant, and that he's healthy. And maybe a sign that you're going to see the Jalen Hurts that you saw for the first several